Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. Please respond to me, guys. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. Right. Good morning, guys. And check it what we completed there in the last session. I think so. We are discussing about literals part we need to discuss there. But in identifiers, we have a small like one question given there in identifiers. Let us understand that question first. After that, we will move on to the identifiers. That means literals part. So what is the question here? I have asked it to you. What is the difference between a variable and an identifier? All right. Answer is very simple. Understand it. Variable is a memory location. Variable is what there is a memory. That's it. Variable is what there is a memory location where data will be stored. Where data will be stored. This is exactly the meaning of what there a variable. Variable is a memory location. A simple a memory. Instead of saying this, okay, location is okay, fine. Instead of saying that variable is a memory, that's it, where data will be stored. But what is an identifier? Identifier is a name assigned to the memory, whatever the memory which is provided for the variable. For that memory, a name is assigned. Identifier is a name assigned to the memory in order to keep data and in order to access data. That's it. This is what exactly the meaning of a variable and identifier. See this one. In the point of diagram here, I'm telling to you. If we provide a declaration like this, into a is equal to 10, if we provide a declaration like this, when we recognize this statement, immediately 4 bytes of memory will be allocated. In Java, integers will take 4 bytes of memory. 4 bytes of memory will be allocated. Inside these 4 bytes of memory, the data 10 value will be stored. But for this is variable. But for this variable, we need to give some name or not. That name exactly is what there A. A is what there a name. But A is what there a name, identify. But what is variable here now? A itself is acting as a variable, but it is referring what there this entire memory allocation. This is referring what there this entire memory allocation. That's why I said to you, variable is a memory where data will be stored. For that memory and identity we have to provide. That identity we provided through what there? A variable. That's why this is called as like what there? Identifier. That name for the memory in the form of, see, an identity for the memory in the form of a name. An identity for the memory in the form of a name. That name is called as what there? An identifier. Okay, then visually we can understand it clearly that A itself is acting as a variable and itself is acting as what there? An identifier. Understand my point here? Nothing is there inside this content kernel. Just assumption only here we have to do. Okay, fine. Anyway, this is a difference between directly the variable and identifier that we can identify clearly, understand it clearly. All right, sir, leave this punch here. After this, after completion of this particular content here, what next one? Here we are going to understand. The next topic would be literals. Now coming to the point here, literals. Again, the same expression here I'm going to take, observe carefully. Int A is equal to 10 that we provided. Expression here I provided, int A is equal to 10. Now inside this expression, what is this integer actually? Integer is what there is a data type. A is what there? A is what there is a variable, or we can say it is like what there? Identifier. Anything, no issues for it. Equal is what? Equal is what? Is an operator. 10 is what? Is a constant. Semicolon is what? Is a special symbol, or we can call it as what there? Terminator. Special symbol, or what next one? Terminator. Names are okay. Any name here we can use clearly. Fine. Now, what is a literal? If you understand the point, definition for the literal. Literal is a constant. Literal is a constant assigned to the variables. Literal is a constant assigned to the variables. Example, I'm telling there, int A is equal to 10, where 10 is a constant assigned to the variable. 10 is a constant assigned to the variable. So this constant is also be called as like what there? A literal. This constant is what there? A literal. That's it. This is exactly the meaning of like what there? A literal and its related content. Right, sir. Good. To prepare Java applications, what are the various literals are existed in Java applications? Right. To prepare Java applications, Java has provided the following list of literals. What are the various literals which are provided by Java programming language? Understand it clearly. First one is integral or integer literals. Integral or integer literals. Under these integral or integer literals, data types, which data types are available actually? Byte, short, int, long. These data types are available under this integral or integer literals, where what values are available? 10 comma 20 comma 30 and so on. This type of values are available under like what are there? Integer or integral literals. Next one is after that, the second one, floating point literals. Under these floating point literals, okay, and before this, I'm going to say one small note, observe carefully here. After that, I'll go for floating point literals. No? To represent long literals. What is that? To represent long literals, we must use either small l or capital L as a suffix. To represent long literals, either we have to use small l or we have to use like what their capital L as what their suffixes. Either of the things here we have to use as a suffix. Okay, we will see an example on the basis of this. By that we are able to get some clarity. Say for example, understand it clearly what I am telling to you know. Programmatically we can prove this. For example, I want to take a mobile number I want to represent. For example, in general, my intention is what there into mobile number is equal to some mobile number here I'm going to take like this. Now system dot out dot println of mobile number. See what I'm telling to you, this number is a too big number when compared with the number integer. Definitely this I have to represent in the form of long only. But let me check it. If I compile this program, what is going to be happen? Compiler will give some directions to me. Now let me check this. D colon cd full stack Java 830. Now Java C space tester.java. Understand it? What we are getting there clearly? Now we are getting a compilation error. What error here we are getting there? Integer number too large. So this we should not represent in the form of a normal integer value. So more than this integer value only here we have to represent. For that what I have to take there? I need to represent this as what there long. So I need to change the data type. I should not use it as what there an integer. Problem is with what there integer. So I need to use what there long. Still let me check it. In the long data type also what I have to use there. Still we are able to get the same error. Understand it no? Java C space tester.java integer number too large. Why? Because even though we changed it from int to long data type, but the number what we represented, it is not in the range of the integer. It is exceeding the value of the integer. Got or not? So definitely this number itself, that number we have to represent as what there long. So how I'm going to represent that number as a long here? Either we can use small l as a suffix. Now this is what not one. This is what their l suffix. Okay. Now let me check this. Java C space tester.java. No compilation error now. Java space test. Output value here we are getting mobile number. And then of course here I want to provide something else like what there. Mobile number like this. This is a string I want to display before the mobile number. Then after that, after displaying this message, mobile number, original mobile number here I want to display. All right. Now I want to provide capital L also. Either small l or capital L also here I want to provide. Java C space tester.java compiled successfully. Java space test. Now here we are getting that mobile number like this here we are getting. So got or not? So in this way here we are going to utilize like what values can know. In this way we are going to provide long literals. There we can provide what there long literals. Or else now here I'm telling to you it's like what their mobile number like this here we have taken. All right, so mobile number one, long mobile number two is equal to like this. Now small l here I want to take the same instruction. Here I'm going to provide. Then I'm going to use mobile number 2, for example. Mobile number 2, something else. Almost the same, but different values here I provided here. Two values are different. Java C space tester.java. Compiled successfully. Java space test. Now we are getting both the values like this. Okay, fine. So this is a way to represent long literals in Java. Long values in Java. So now tell me, whenever we want to represent the long values, what representation here we have to use there? The data type should be long and the number must be suffixed with what there? Suffixes with what there? Either small l or capital L. The number must be ended with what? Either small l or capital L. Either of the things here we have to do now. That's okay, fine. Next, one more point here I'm telling to you. Observe carefully. Char literals, not a data type. Char literal will come under again integral or integer data types only. Char. Why? Because the literal char is represented internally in the form of ASCII values. ASCII values are come under what there? Again, integral values. So their representation, the group character will come under the group like what there? Integral or integer literal. Right, now observe carefully. Anything we can provide in between a single quotation, anything in the sense single letter only, not like multiple characters, single character in a single quotation. That is treated as what there? Like letter. Of course, now here we can use slash n we can use, and a slash t in some situations we are going to use, and so on. What are these slash n? What is this slash n actually? New line character. Slash n in the sense what there? New line character. It will bring cursor to the new line. What is slash t? A tab character, a simple tab, a tab space here we are able to provide in the data. It's okay, fine. Next one. What is that next point here I'm telling to you? Here itself I'm telling to you. No type of point is what there. If we provide any single character, inside the single quotations, inside the single quotations, then that data will come under character literal. Right, so the data will come under what there? Character literal. Right. That's enough. Now this is like what there in notes here I have given there. For example, right. Just I have given a simple note regarding what there characters related points here are given in the form of a separate note. Not to go for any example here, there's a simple note. Any data, any single character we can represent inside the single quotation. Then that will be treated as what there? A character literal. Leave it. After this, after completion of this point here, now coming to the floating point literals. Under these floating point literals, two data types are available. Under floating point literals, two data types are available. What are the two data types which are available under floating point literals now? Right, sir. Yeah, the data types and their sizes I will discuss with you. Don't worry. In the data types point of I will discuss about that number of bytes and all the content. Don't worry for it at present. Okay, fine. Now coming to this point here. Under this float, floating point literals, now here we have to use what their float data type here we are going to use. 22.22 F 234.345 F and so on, like this here we are going to use. But observe carefully here what we provided no suffix is what there. Suffix is what there, either small f or we can use what there capital F. Either of the things here we can use either small f or capital F. Next one is double data type. Here we can take the values something else. comma dot small d dot capital D, and so on. No suffix, either small d or capital D, but integral value and this after the dot, like this kind of representation with the dot representation in the number, then it is called as what there, double value. Without providing any suffix or with a small d or with a capital D, anything we can think it is what there, a double value. Let me check this point clearly. Notch to represent a float value, to represent a float value, then the number must be suffixed with either small d or capital D. This is one thing. Observe carefully. What is the point here I'm telling you regarding this? I want to show one simple example. For example, I want to represent like what there, float temperature outside. For example, some temperature here I want to calculate. All right, sir. 32 dot maybe the simple here we can identify 28.5 degrees, or maybe some Celsius or something else. It's going to be happen, okay, or foreign heat, whatever it may be. So in general, we are going to represent the temperature in the form of like what there, 28.5 F that we provided. Say for example, float body temperature, for example. Yeah, in outside temperature we can calculate, and in body temperature also we can calculate. That we are going to identify like what there, 97.5 F only, or maybe capital F here we can provide anything. Okay, capital F that we can provide. So now here I'll provide system.out.println of normal temperature. Now here we can provide like what the temp, something else like this here I provided. Similarly, I want to provide something else like what their body temperature. Body temperature. Now here I want to provide something else like what their body temp. Not only that, for example, float student aggregate marks. That's it. Maybe now if we calculate that aggregate marks, then what we are going to provide there, say for example 8.5 F. Am I right or not? Overall, out of this 10, if you take no, the grades, that means in the grades point of view, if they're providing there like this here, we are able to use. Now there here we can identify like what there, system.out.println of aggregate marks. There here we can provide these aggregate marks like this. What next? Student aggregate marks. Like this. Now here we are able to display like what there, the content like this. Okay. Right, Ariyar, I want to discuss with you. Just you are not waiting for it. Okay, just understand it. No, this plus is acting as a concatenation operator. Already, I given some discussion with you. Okay, then one time I'm discussing with you. Try to understand it clearly. So my intention is what their temperature colon 28.5 F I want to provide. So first temperature I have taken as a string data. To this string data, I need to add the value of temp. What is the value of temp? No, 28.5 F I need to add there. Okay. So to concatenate, to add temp value along with the string data, we need to use what operator here? Plus operator. In the case of Python, comma. But in the case of Java, plus. It's a thing is very, very fundamental point. Plus operator will be used for what? Arithmetic addition as well as like what the concatenation. So now I'm concatenating variable value with what their temperature. So after that, what is going to be happen? Temperature colon value of temp is what the 28.5 F. That addition will be performed. That concatenation will be performed. Resultant data will be displayed in command prompt. So here plus is acting as what their concatenation operator. In everywhere plus is acting as what their concatenation operator. Concatenating a variable value with the string. Adding a variable value with the string. That's it. That's the purpose here now. Okay. All right. Now we can understand it clearly. All the points here. Java C space test.java compiled successfully. Java space test. Now here the values can be provided like this. We can understand. But in output F value is not coming there. The suffixes are not coming. Suffixes are meant for only for our understanding purpose. But internal processing point of view, compile and JVM will take that values on the basis of the data types. It will take automatically. But for our representation purpose only, these like suffix values are going to be available. Right, sir? Now this is an example here we can identify clearly. Okay, fine. So now the point is like what there? Float values. How we are able to represent the float values that we understood clearly. Just leave this one here. Spelling mistake. Okay, fine. No problem. Now it is completed here. Next one is observe carefully. Another point to represent double values. To represent double values, we have to use either no suffix or small d or capital D. Sir, got it or not? Either we have to use no suffix or small d or capital D as a suffixes. To represent what values can no double values. For float value, we have to use either small f or capital F. For double value, we have to provide either small d or a capital D. Understand it now? Alright, sir. Now see this one. I want to go for an example. Simple example. Now, I want to take double annual income. Double annual income, for example. I want to represent that annual income like in the form of like what the double only. In general, we are not going to take float. Float may not be sufficient. Just I'm thinking about it what their annual income can, right? Something else like this. System.out.println of annual income plus for a company annual income here we want to get it. Okay. Next one is what next one get apart from this double salary for an employee. We want to represent some salary. If it is a normal, if it is in the level of the float, no, it's okay. But maybe I want to calculate the salary for CEO. That means I and people will have more salaries, right? There definitely here we are going to take like what there the more content right? EMP salary here I want to take EMP salary, employee salary. There may be some values here we are going to represent that suffixed with what there small d that we can provide there. System.out.println of right. Then what we have to provide there EMP salary like this here we can provide employee salary plus next one is apart from that if we go for any calculations related to the geographical calculations or biological calculations there, the fraction values here we are going to take. The more fraction values we can take there after the touch. There in general, people are not going to take their float value. There people are going to take what their double values only. Understand it clearly. Not only that, if we go for some animations or maybe in the graphics, for example, if we take the graphics, there we need to represent the fraction point also. The point which is in a fraction location. They definitely there we are going to take like what there this kind of content only. No, understand it clearly. All right, sir. Apart from this, annual income or maybe salary, then any other example. Then if you observe this clearly, there we can take like what there, either small d or capital D or like what there are the like what I'm telling to you, know, suffix values here we need to take. Like this, any number of examples here we can take. No, just as a model here I'm telling to you, Java C space tester.java compiled successfully. Right, sir. Now Java space tester. But in the outputs, we are not going to get like what there it is. That suffixes are not going to be available in the output. They're up to our representation point of view only. Right, sir. Now this is an example here we can identify that. Of course, now capital D is also be working there. Not only small d, even capital D is also be working there. We are going to use in general capital D also. But max utilization, that means in general utilization is what there. In general, utilization is like what there. What we are going to understand in general, that utilization now. In the point of utilization, we are not going to use any suffix value for the double. We are not going to use any suffix value for the double in general in utilization. But as per the concept here, what we are able to provide there, either we can use small d or we can use what there, capital D. Both are working. All right, so now try to understand it clearly. Java C space tester.java compiled successfully. Java space test. There we are getting output clearly. Right, so now this is exactly the meaning of like what there double representation, double values representation. Under like what there floating point literals, there are the two representations here we are getting clearly. What data types are available under this floating point literals? No, float data type, and next one is what there double data type. That's okay, fine. Leave this, after completion of this, the third one, the third literal type is like what there Boolean literals. Boolean literals. Under this Boolean literals, under this Boolean literals, only one data type is available. What is that only one data type which is available here? This is nothing but like what there, either true or what next one here, false. True or false. Observe carefully. In other programming languages, that Boolean values are going to be available in the form of zeros and ones. In the form of what there? Zeros and ones. But in the case of Java, Boolean values are represented in the form of like what there? True and false. Either true or false. Okay, fine. These are about like what there? Boolean literals that we can identify clearly. Next one is what? After this, after understanding these Boolean literals. Anyway, then examples, normal examples only here we are going to take. Now try to understand it clearly. Just what you are going to take there about this. Now here, just I want to take something else like what there, Boolean B1 is equal to true and Boolean B2 is equal to false. Something else here we have to take. Now here, system dot out dot println of then what we are able to provide there. Now just we are going to provide like what there. Today is Thursday, for example. Today is what the Thursday, for example. If I take it now, then in general, what people are going to say there. Now I want to say it is a true. So directly I provided like what there B1. B1 in the sense like what there true value that we can identify clearly. All right, so now the next one is like what there system dot out dot println of then what next one here anything here we can provide there, right? Now for example, no class tomorrow. Simple. Anyway, nothing else. Just I'm giving some examples to you. All right, so now B2. Now here we provided like this. Like this here, we can take anything, but there we are going to provide like what there true and false values as per the requirement. But this is not the actual utilization of the Boolean values. The Boolean values utilization, we are going to take like what the conditional expressions we are going to take. The results of the conditional expressions we are going to take. There we are going to use mainly what the Boolean expressions. But as an example, in the point of these examples, I'm giving clarity about these Booleans. Otherwise, there is no intention of using this particular content. Okay, now this is about like what there. Sorry, this is about like what there. Boolean expressions, what we are getting clearly. Right, sir. Next one is like what there after this, after completion of this. The fourth one, observe carefully, string literals. That's it. What next one, you know? String literals. Now, see this one again. Under this string literals, what data type will come there? String data type. Of course, it is a user-defined data type. It is a class in Java, but still it is one of the literal, right? Double quotation ABC. Double quotation DF. Anything we can provide inside the double quotation. All of you observe carefully. One small note here I'm telling to you. Right, sir. Now, in string literals, we can provide any data inside the double quotations. Inside the double quotations, we can provide anything inside the double quotations. I'm giving more clearly. In Java J2EE technologies, only string data is able to represent any type of data, that includes digits, characters, special symbols, and so on and so on and so on. Only string data type is able to represent any type of data that includes digits, special symbols, then characters, alphabets, everything. You can represent anything inside the double quotation. All the things are valid. Okay, now let's see this point clearly. What I'm telling to you. Example, where I'm telling to you few points. For example, what I'm telling now, string. For example, I want to take employee name is equal to Durga space N. Now get any data type which allows that space here inside in between in the middle, no, only string can allow that. Understand my point here? Take any literal spaces are not going to be allowed here. Observe carefully. So, but string it is allowed here. This is one thing here we can remember. Next one is string email ID is equal to Durga @gmail.com. Here dot is what there? Special symbol. @ symbol is what there? Special symbol. Right. Inside the string here we can provide. Next one is string UPWD user password. Inside this user password here I want to say like what there? Durga 123 for example. Understand it clearly what I am telling now. Okay. Like this here, any type of data, alphabets and digits and what next one here, even special symbols, dots and a dollar, hash symbols and all, everything here we can identify now. All right, sir. Now say this one, system out to println of. All right, now here employee name, for example, plus now e name. Next one is what? System dot out dot println of employee ID, email ID. Email ID plus here what we have to provide there, email ID. Now system.out.println of after completion of this user password. Now what we are going to understand it now, UPWD. Right, sir. Now overall here we are trying to display. Now Java C space tester.java compiled successfully. Java space test. Output value here we are getting employee name is what there Durgayan, employee ID Durga @gmail.com, user password Durga 123. Right. Now these are exactly the points here we can identify about this program. String literals. Anything here we can provide inside the string data type. Okay. Next one is after this, after representing the string data like this here. Now see this, one more point here I'm asking there. Is it possible to provide single quotations inside the double quotations? Inside the string literal, can I provide that single quotations? Is it possible? Let us check this clearly. I have some separate requirements. Listen carefully. For example, string str1 is equal to what I'm trying to take now. Durga Software Solutions. I want to take like this. Durga Software Solutions. But my requirement is what? Software I want to highlight. Software I want to highlight. So I want to keep that software in a single quotation. I want to keep that software in what there? Single quotations. Is it possible for me? Single quotation here. Next one is what there? Single quotation. Asterisk Durga space in single quotation software, then solutions. I want to get it. Let me check this. System output println of str1. System output println of str1. Java C space test.java. Compiled successfully. Now here we are not getting any compilation error. Alright, so now Java space test output if you observe this. Durga. The next one is what there? Software is displayed in what there? Single quotations. That's okay. This is valid. My next point is what? Now this time string str2 is equal to Durga software solutions. I want to provide the software in double quotations. I get my point or not? Double quotations. The software I want to provide in what quotations? No, double quotations. I want to highlight that software inside the double quotations, within the double quotations. Let me check it, possible or not possible. That is indirectly what I am asking there. Is it possible to provide double quotations inside the double quotations? It is possible to provide single quotations inside the single quotation, inside the double quotations, that we understood. But is it possible to provide double quotations inside the double quotations? That's a question here now. Now let me check this. I want to compile this one. Java C space tester.java. Now error we are getting clearly. Errors here we are getting there. Exactly in this location, errors here we are getting. Here one double quotation, here another double quotation, error we are getting. I'll give the reason here why we are getting error now. My intention is what? Inside the double quotations, I want to include this double quotation. That's my requirement. But when I provide double quotations like this, what my JVM and compiler is thinking there, this is a open double quotation, this is closed double quotation. Then compiler is thinking that the string literal is totally closed here. Okay, after that something we have written, but without having any operator, at least plus or dot operator, something here we have written, so it is invalid. That's why compiler is giving an error exactly in this particular location. Next one is again here what it was identified there. This is again open double quotation, starting double quotation. But before this open double quotation, if you want to write something there, then definitely we require some operator, either dot operator or maybe something else like what there plus operator, something else is required. But without having anything, again directly we provided what there double quotation. This double quotation and this double quotation here we provided here. That's why exactly here compile is providing what there another error. Is that got or not? But still my requirement is what? I need to represent these double quotations inside what there double quotations. If it is a requirement, if you want to represent the double quotations like this. No, inside the double quotations, they simply we have to use a slash. There simply we have to use what there slash before the double quotations. Slash double quotation will be included in the double quotations. Now that software we will see inside the double quotations in our string data. Everybody understand the point clearly what I am telling you. If you want to provide double quotations inside the double quotation, directly it is not possible. With the slash only, it is possible. Backward slash, that too, not forward slash. Backward slash only be possible. Let us check this clearly. What output we are able to get now? Java C space test.java compiled successfully. Java space test. Output values here we can identify this now. Now here what we are getting there? Inside the double quotations only we are getting what there? Software. Previously directly we can provide what there? Single quotations. But directly we are unable to provide what there? Double quotations. But if you want to provide double quotations, then what we have to do now? We have to use what there? Slash. Then only it is possible. Right, sir. Now observe carefully. Now this is the punch here we have to understand. Okay, right, sir. Next term. In the string literal, we can use single quotations directly, but we are unable to provide double quotations directly inside the string literal. But there is an alternative. What is that alternative there? If you want to provide double quotations inside the string literal, then we have to use backward slash. Then we have to use what was there? We have to use backward slash. In the string literal, we can use single quotations directly, but we are unable to provide double quotations directly inside the string literal. If you want to provide double quotations inside the single literal, then we have to use what there? Slash, backward slash here we have to use. If I take an example, there we can identify the content clearly. Right, sir. Now observe carefully. What example here I am providing to you? Already we have seen that. This single quotations are directly we can provide this, but double quotations are not possible directly. There we have to use what there? Right, slash we have to use. Okay, fine. So this is the story about like what are the basic literals. Overall, 4 literal groups are available. Tell me what are the 4 literal groups here? Integral or integer literals, floating point literals, Boolean literals, then what next one here? String literals. They are overall literal groups which are available inside the Java programming language. Now I'm asking one question to you, try to answer for it, all of you know. Listen carefully, all of you answer for my question here. Everybody answer for my question. For example, double D is equal to tell me the value of this particular number in a words form. Words form in the sense 125 is available, for example. Its word form is what there? 125. 125 like this. I want to get that value in the form of a words. Tell me what is this number in a words form? Is it 12x? So finally you have taken some time, not immediately you are responding. It took some time. Then what you have done there? Meanwhile, you calculated positions. Am I right or not? What positions can be calculated there? First one is what? First one is what is the first position? Ones. Next one is what there? Tens, hundreds, thousand, 10,000, lakh, 10 lakhs, crore, 10 crore. Now tell me, what's the value here? Then only, after calculating the positions only, You are getting clarity. Okay. And now tell me what is the value here? 12 crores, 34,000, 50, sorry, 12 crores, 34 lakhs, 56,789. So this much of time here we consume to understand that number, right? Good. But Java 7 version has given a flexibility to understand the literals easily. Java 7 has given a flexibility to understand the literals easily. What that flexibility that Java 7 version has provided there, inside the numbers to improve readability, you can use underscore symbols. Now see this, which one is easy to understand, which one is easy to read? Now tell me. Second one, automatically the second one is easy for us to understand the number or not. So that flexibility was provided by Java 7 version. Before the Java 7, it was not available. From Java 7 version onwards, this flexibility is available. So we can use what symbol there? Underscore symbol inside the literals to improve readability. What is the benefit of this one? Easy to understand or not? Easy to understand in the sense, easy to read. Easy to read in the sense, good readability, more readability. To improve readability in the literals, Java 7 version has given a flexibility for us to include underscore symbols inside the literals. But where we want to keep that underscore symbol, that depends on your view. There are no rules and regulations to keep that underscore symbols. And at any location, we can keep underscore symbols. But as per our requirement, we can keep what there underscore symbols. That's the point here I'm telling you. Okay, fine. Now let us see this point clearly. What I'm telling to you. All right. To improve readability in the literals, Java 7 version has provided a flexibility for the developers like to include underscore symbols inside like to include underscore symbols inside the literals. Example here I'm telling to you. Right, sir. Now directly here I don't want to use this particular one here, or else maybe in the comparison here we can provide. This is underscore symbol here we can provide now. Okay, now programmatic view I want to provide this data. Right, sir. Now observe carefully. As it is this here I'm going to provide. Now here system dot out dot println of d data. Understand this output one time. Right, before that I want to show one more thing. Which version of the Java we are using? Java 6 version. Java C space tested or Java. We are getting compilation error or not because of that underscore symbols. Which version of the Java here we are using now? Java 7 version. Java C space tested or Java. Now here we are not getting any compilation error. Now output here we are getting. Of course, in the form of this exponential form here, we are getting output. Why? Because double values are going to be generated in the form of exponential values only. Not to think about it. In the form of exponential value here, we are getting the double. Not to worry for it. Okay, fine. Now here, what we are getting that information here, we can identify this now. So we are getting this one here. But have you seen any underscore symbols here inside this? In the output, have you seen any underscore symbol? Then there is a topic here. There is a concept. Try to understand it clearly. 1 minute. First of all, let me take this program. Right, sir. Now for this, I want to provide this compilation and all. So this is provided by which version of the Java? Java 7 version. Please remember this. Entire compilation process here are given. Okay. All right, sir. Next one is after this, after completion of this. Now that internal point is what there? Allowing underscore symbols in the middle of the literals is for the sake of the developer's convenience to read the literals easily. That is for the sake of developers convenience, developers easiness point of view. The technology has given that flexibility, but that convention is not for the sake of processing the numbers internally. That convention is not for the sake of calculating internally. That convention is for the flexibility of only developers, for giving some flexibility for the developers to improve readability. For that purpose only, the Java 7 version has provided that underscore symbols inside the literals. But that is not for the sake of what their internal processing purpose. Then, because of that reason, then what happened there? When we compile the program, compiler will identify the underscore symbols. Compiler will remove that underscore symbols from the number. Compiler will process that number without the underscore symbols only. Not only that, compiler, JVM also. JVM will process that number without underscore symbols only. JVM will provide the output for that number without the underscore symbols only. Underscore symbols are up to our .java file, up to for our requirement, for our purpose only. Once compilation is started, compiler will remove that underscore symbols. Compile and JVM will process that number without the underscore symbols only. JVM will provide the output without the underscore symbols only. This is the point here we have to remember clearly. Means that the technology is giving flexibility for the developer. That's it. Not for internal processing point of view. Right. Now observe carefully. If we provide underscore symbols inside the literals, if we provide underscore symbols inside the literals, then the compiler will remove all the underscore symbols which we provided. Compiler will remove all the underscore symbols which we provided in the literals, comma. Here the compiler and JVM will process the number, without the underscore symbols, and the JVM will provide the outputs without the underscore symbols, without what their underscore symbols only. Okay, right? Because of that reason here we have seen output like what there without the underscore symbols. That point here we have to understand. Okay, fine. This is exactly the meaning of like what there underscore, the symbols, that related content here we understood clearly. All of you are getting it or not? Okay. All right, sir. Now this is entirely the concept of like what they're literals, various points are relate to these letters that we understood clearly. After completion of these literals, the next point is like what their number systems. After the literals, the next one is what their number systems. That means part of the literals only, number systems. Another concept is available. So what is this number system actually? What is the purpose of these number systems? In all programming languages, not only in the case of C, Java, C++ and other, in all programming languages, to represent numbers means that numeric values. To represent numbers or numeric values, we have to follow some standards. We have to follow some standards called number systems. Every number must be in a particular number system. Every number must be in a number system. In all programming languages, if you want to provide any number, if you want to represent any number, that must be represented in the form of what their number systems. Definitely some standards here we have to follow. That standards are like what their number systems. Are you getting it or not? Fine, sir. That's okay, fine. Next one is what I'm telling to you after this. Listen carefully. After understanding these number systems like this here, another point here I'm telling to you. What are the various number systems are available in general in computer science? There are 4 types of number systems to represent the numbers. There are 4 types of number systems to represent the numbers. First one is binary number system. Second one is octal number system. After this, decimal number system. Next one is what there? Hexadecimal number system. Overall, how many types of number systems are available? Four types of number systems are available. First one is what there? Binary number systems, octal number system, decimal number system, or hexadecimal number system. Fine. Out of all the above number systems, what number systems are allowed inside the Java? Nearly here we had the discussion like what there? Four types of number systems. Out of all these number systems, how many number systems are allowed in Java? If you observe this point here, if you understand this point now, note all the above number systems are allowed in Java. The specification for it, all the number systems are allowed in Java. Okay, good. All the number systems are allowed in Java. But what is the default number system? What is the default number system? Right. But the default number system is, first of all, tell me, forget about the Java, it's a computer science and all, forget about it. In outside regularly, every day we are doing some calculations, some transactions we are doing. At least if we go for might be some tea shop, there we used to take some tea. There also some calculations are going on. There also some money transaction is going on. How all these calculations are going on? All these calculations are going in the multiples of tens or not? Think of it. Every calculation we are going to do in the multiples of what there? Tens only. In the multiples of tens only, that calculations are going to be happen. Am I right or not? Observe carefully. So, which number system is going on in outside market here? Can I say binary number system is going on? Binary number system in the sense in the multiples of twos. You're calculating that money in the multiples of twos. For example, understand my point clear? No, we are not calculating the multiples of what there? Twos here. Just we are calculating the multiples of what there? Tens on. Not even that. In the regular transactions, what digits we are using there? What numbers we are using in the multiple calculations? No, that numbers, the digits we are using 0 to 9 or not? 0 to 9 we are using there. So by default that will be what? Which number system it is? No, decimal number system. Most of the people are getting confused in this particular point here. Most of the people are thinking about it a binary number system. No, it is not binary number system. It's like what their decimal number system. In outside world, decimal number system is going on. Programming languages are not like any special. Programming languages are provided to represent outside world only. By using programming languages, we are preparing softwares. That softwares are representing what their outside world. Got it or not? So what conventions are available outside? The same conventions are available inside the programming languages also. The same thing we are going to write in the form of codes. Nothing else. So in outside decimal number system is going on by default. So definitely programming languages must follow what? Decimal number system by default. That we are going to write the programs. We are going to write the programs as per the conventions only. That's why what is the point I'm telling there? But the default number system is decimal number system. But the default number system is what there? Decimal number system. Understand it clearly what I'm telling you? Okay. Right, sir. It's okay, fine. Now I need to take like what there? Binary number system. Now immediately I need to take what there? Binary number system. I have to discuss about this binary number system in the continuously. Binary number system, octal number system, decimal number system, hexadecimal number system. Then one by one here we are going to understand clearly. Okay, clear? Fine. Understand it, all of you know? Okay, sir. Now just I want to wind up this session immediately. Now here itself, after a few minutes break, I will start what there object orientation anyway that I'm going to discuss with you. But before that, one small information to all of you know. Tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. I think today is the 16th. I think so, right? Tomorrow is the 17th, right? Tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. evening, that means afternoon, I'm going to start another full stack Java batch. another full stack Java batch I'm going to start. Please recognize this. So in this full stack Java batch at 4:30, I'm going to take introduction classes. Introduction classes. That means theoretical concepts. Initially theoretically concepts. In your batch also I need to start what the theoretical concepts, no? But it may take some time here. If I start the theory, that's why I just still I kept that topic is what they're pending. So we have to discuss about it. So if time is permitted for you, tomorrow onwards at 4:30 we can come to the class. Example I'm telling there. So again coming to the institute, already morning time I'm coming there. Again at 4:30 not possible to come for the classes. In the sense, if it is a case, I will give you some online classes link to you. At least the theoretical topic you can attend in online. Another option. No, sir. By the time I have some office there, not possible for me to attend for it. Yes, don't worry. Just wait a few more days of time. At morning time itself, I'm planning to take the classes. But immediately, if you want to complete the introduction topic, I'm going to give that option to you. Just it is an alternative only, not mandatory, but try to utilize it. No, sir. Then along with these classes, especially for offline students, I'm telling that anyway, I'm attending these classes. Along with these classes, I want to attend that evening 4:30 classes also. I don't have any problem. Complete batch I want to attend. Up to my classes, I don't have any restrictions over this. We can attend it. No problem. Not only this introduction class here. Now this time I want to attend the total batch. Even that one also be. I want to attend again one more time, sir. I want to get more clarity. I don't have any problem. You can come and sit inside my class there. Just try to recollect all the points here what I'm telling you. So, but as per my responsibility, I need to give some intimation to you. That's why here I'm giving some intimations to you regarding that new batch information here. That's why I'm going to provide that link to details to you as per my requirement. 1 minute. Yeah. So full stack Java. Only introduction classes if you plan, it's okay. Under bachelors, if you plan, even no issues for it. Now, just here, I'm going to write that information here. In a language fundamentals, that document, inside this document, here I'm giving that link details to you. Right. Full stack Java class link at the rate 4:30 p.m. Then I'm giving that link information to you. Okay, just copy this and paste in the browser there. Automatically, 1 or 2 steps. So next buttons here we have to click there. Automatically, the webinar is going to be open. From which date onwards here, no? Right, sir. Which date, no? Full stack Java at the rate 4:30 on 17th 11/23. Okay, there we can check for it as per our requirement. If you are free, either we can come to offline classes, or else you want to attend that same class in online, we can use that link. Or else I want to attend this class again there. Definitely at morning 7 o'clock in the same time. After completion of all our point here, I'll plan for the classes there. Okay, but any of these options here we have to utilize. But the point is immediate solution here I'm giving there. Immediately, if you want to complete this part here, then I will go for it. My first priority, what I'm telling to you, those are attending in offline. If time is possible, if you're vacant, if you don't feel burden, then better to come for offline class. As a secondary, use that link and attend in online classes. Try to complete it immediately. It's going to be completed. A theory only, total theory. No practicals, nothing else. The total theory. Only differences between Java and other programming languages. Java features and this kind of concepts only. No. So if time is possible, try to attend offline classes. If no time is not available, try to attend in online. Still it is not possible. Wait few more days of time. At the end of this 7 o'clock classes there, I will take the content clearly. But 7 o'clock classes, I'm going to finish max within 15 days of time. Then after that, we are going to continue the classes with what there 8:30 to 10 only, and 10 to 11:30 class only. Okay, right, sir. That's okay, fine. Right, sir. Now take some few minutes of time, few minutes of break, then come back for object orientation. There we are going to continue our object orientation content. Thank you. Thanks so much. Take few minutes of break and come back.